Hello. What's good, Flamely? What's going on, Flames? I got on my little sloppy mama shirt, sloppy tits, got on the cap. It's late night. Need to be in my bed sleeping. Thought I'd come on here and check in with you guys as you wanted me to go live. This is definitely a test video. It's your girl, Hot D Johns, and this is the Hot D Johns Experience. And we are your one-stop pod to be entertained, engaged, and informed. And I am coming to you live, Cali time. It is approximately 1:30 a.m. over here on the East Coast. So I know y'all up over there in Cali. So I better see somebody jump up on this live. If not, I better see a bunch of views when I get up in the murky. Okay. So I want to come on here like this. So when I glam up, y'all can't say, oh, okay, she got a face change, she got a bleach, she this, she that. Y'all look at some of the videos before you'll see me. I don't know why the lighting is off, but we're working on some things over here to make this an excellent experience for you. If this is your first time watching the Hot Dijon's Experience, please, please, please understand that you will not be invited to the barbecue, but you will be beaten to the family. You are not officially a flame. You are a part of the Flamely. And why do we call you Flames? Because I'm your girl, Hot D Johns, and the flames keep me lit. You dig? I'm your hostess, Kiwi305. Please like, share, and subscribe to the YouTube channel, as well as follow my podcast on Google Podcasts, on Amazon Music, iHeart Radio, Spotify, and where you listen to your favorite podcasts. We are a podcast that basically talks about all the trending topics and celeb gossip. I do a little celeb gossip and trending topics and community initiative, but it's all commentary. Yes, you heard me right. Commentary. Because when I discuss it, what I discuss, I have jokes and I talk about it. But one thing I will not make commentary about and make jokes about will be death and children. We don't play that over here. We don't do that over here. I'm not with it. Okay. So you are in the rules. Want to leave any comments? You can leave any comments you want. Like I said, just don't talk about nobody dead. Don't talk about nobody kids. You can talk about everything. You can talk about the hat. Talk about a long ass dread. Yes, I got her. So when y'all see my little blondes and my little color hair on, I don't want you to think, oh, she bald, she got her hair again. I got edges. Yeah, I got all that. Okay, let's get out of the way. Now, tonight, this month, I want to discuss some of this ish that's been going on in these streets. I know a lot of y'all trying to figure out what the hell is going on with Kodak, because one minute he's on the beach side and the next minute he's, on the cheap side. You feel me? Recently, Kodak Black here in Florida was honored in Broward County. He has now been officially given the Kodak Black Day moniker. Okay, so he has a day. June 11th will now officially be Kodak Black Day here in Broward County in Florida. So, kudos to him and shout out to Dale Holness, who's going to be running for that seat in the Senate that was left by Alfie Hayes. Rest in peace. So, I was very confused. First of all, congratulations. Broward, how we do. But Kodak, what I'm trying to figure out, what I'm trying to understand, why would you show up to that place in that Lakers jersey? Yeah, of course you got your little donk dread, so you can't change that. But you showed up with your Lakers jersey on, you giving up, the little dap and all this. I'm like, oh, come on, Kodak. And then when he made the speech, when Dale Holmes made the speech, the funniest thing about it was that he made the speech and said that it was because of Kodak's philosophies. Now, don't get me wrong. That's my boo. I'm a rep home team till I drop. And I do know that Kodak does do a lot of, he does have like organizations. He do a lot of donations and he works with youth and things like that. He really does do stuff like that. But when you're doing that, let's keep that going. Let's not move over to Twitter and tweet about how you ain't had no birthday head. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, we're going to celebrate your day, great philosophies, but you ain't had no birthday head. Like, come on, Kodak. And then on top of all of that, of course, you already know the thing with Cardi B. He was around here. He was flexing on the gram, posted up the little iced out bracelet. and basically said, you know, Cardi, thank you, you know, for making me a big boy. As you know, the that yellow beat that Cardi B used, you know, that was the No Flocking beat from Kodak Black, which she came out and said that from the jump. She said that from the beginning, okay? And she's always giving him his props. She's always giving him his credit. She's always thanked him because she was like, you know, that was what helped us to build. So that being said, I didn't understand what the big backlash was about that, but that's either here nor there. So he posted up the bracelet, and Offset got upset, and basically it's like, you ain't gonna accept that. So Kodak has recently went back on Instagram and he and on Twitter, and he posted it up. He was like, insecure ninjas out here. He thought you was my dog, you was faking. I thought you were my dog, but you just say want to be with your girl. You know, I'm paraphrasing. And my thing was, and I mean, the bracelet was iced out. It was beautiful. He had a culture on there, beautiful. But Kodak, you're known to be like one of the number one trollers, okay, on this thing called the internet. And you know good and well, no married man wants another man buying his woman some ice out bracelet. I don't give a damn if it's hard enough for them to let a brother or a father do it, much less some dude that's not any relation to her or nothing like that, and that's known to troll dudes by going at their girls, i.e. Young Miami. You do it out and JT from City Girls. You do this stuff all the time. So it's hard to take you serious. You know, maybe it was a good sentiment. Maybe the sentiment was real. Maybe you meant it. But that, you know, I could tell you a story of my own. Like a guy was dating once upon a time. And his friend came, and he knows, you know, I like Hennessy or whatever, and I like art and stuff like that. So for some reason, this guy was like, oh, you know, I was out shopping, and, you know, he was a business owner. He liked to go to art museums and stuff like it. It was just very weird. It wasn't like I never had like this one-on-one conversation with the guy. We were just mutually because of the guy I was dating. So it was just a mutual, I don't even want to say friendship. It was just a knowing ship. Like, I know you from my dude. And he came to the house and he was like, oh, I couldn't let this up. And I thought this would look great in your house. And he brought this like beautiful painting in. And he brought like this bottle of Hennessy. He was like, oh, you know, P, get us to your girl, whatever. When he left, when I tell you my dude kicked over the bottle, broke up the painting, oh, he trying to come for you, blah, 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 blah. So it's a guy thing. I'm not gonna really go in on Kodak about that. I think it's a guy thing. I think no man is gonna want another man buying anything for his wife, especially in the diamond area. Like, you're talking ice out diamond bracelet, she gonna be wearing this. Like, how would that make Offset look? Now you gotta think of it from his perspective. And another thing too, Kodak, what if that was your girl? What if that was your girl? Would you in fact do that? So, you know, we gonna love on Kodak. You know, that's my babe, that's my little boo. It is what it is. And, you know, hopefully everything works out. But congratulations again on Kodak Black Down. Remember, next year, June 11th, it'll be a Saturday. So I'm sure it'll be all lit around this bit. Okay. Well, let's move on. I want to talk next about French Montana. Like, I don't know what's going on with French. And I do know what's going on. I'm gonna just keep it real. What's going on with French is the Kardashian curse, okay? Every one of y'all that's done trample through the Kardashian streets come out scathed, you come out injured, you come out damaged, you come out with all kind of bad luck. Like, I don't understand why y'all keep running your ass over there, but that's either here nor there. That being said, Bruh Man recently, and I think it was Sunday morning about 5 a.m., was robbed of $300K worth of jewelry. One of which was a Roger Millie watch that was worth $300,000, and I think it was some other jewelry that totaled up to like 40, 50 grand. So a total like 350 grand or so. outside of a hotel. He was getting ready to go out, and I guess getting ready for a photo shoot or something to that effect. Was getting in the car. The guys basically said, "Run me them jewels. Run me them jewels. I want all that around your neck. I want all that around your wrist. Run me that." Okay, so we don't know what's going on with that right now. I know that there is an investigation looking for the guys that robbed him, but my thing is this: when are you rappers going to learn? And especially being in a pandemic, especially being during a time where people do not have jobs, do not have money. It's any means necessary out here right now. It's any means necessary. And y'all still walking around showing off your wrists and showing off your neck. Well, y'all gonna end up putting diamond and stuff all in the head and in the cheek. Like, stop it. Like, the opulence of it all. I can't deal with it. It's like, you guys, listen, it is real in these streets. You've been out the street so much, you could rap about it and talk about it from when you was in it, but you so far removed from it because of the influence that you have now and the opulence and the money and the fame. You so far removed from that, you don't know. And these some new ones out here in the streets. It's not the same ones that was out there when you was out there, French. It's not the same ones. Okay, when you first came over here from Africa and you were still doing your thing with the Coke or the Cocoa Boys. Okay, these dudes are different. These dudes are different. But we're gonna, hopefully, everything works out and they find out who did it. And I hope you guys are taking heed. All y'all rappers out here, I hope you're taking heed and understanding that it's real in the field. Okay, stop icing up and if you are gonna do it, you better just get back to the days where you gotta be in a circle of life, the circle of security. Remember the time when you used to have the famous people and they'll be coming into a place or leaving out of a place. It was you always knew it was someone that was important or someone that was famous on your or someone important, because they always had like a circle of guys in some black suits with some shades on, with some shit hanging from their ear, the earpiece. You need that back. All of y'all need that back until everything gets back. So when people don't feel like they're going to have to check you, and even though they are going to check, you're going to have those dudes. That's just what they do. They run you. They tell you to run up out that car, tell you to run up out them shoes. That's coming back. That has come back, okay? And I don't think it's going to go away for a mighty long time. So French, let it be a warning. You better go over there and check. Them people who Kanye check over there in Haiti and got up off of him, and you better go get in that same tub and go take your ass down and go wash it off too, okay? I'm just telling you, you need to wash out that trash and curse, and then don't look back. Once you wash your ass in the tub, step out the tub, don't even look back at dirty water. Just keep walking straight and let the daddy over there do what he do, so you can be freed from it as well, okay? Because if not, look at all stuff that's happened to you. I shouldn't even have to go through this with you, okay, French? We don't want you to be a French fry up in this bed. We want you to still be Montana, okay? No stylist is fine, but you need security, okay? The no stylist is cool. You might not need a stylist, but you damn sure need some security. Okay? So let's move on. I want to talk next about, since we talking about this opulence and all this iced out, let's move forward to this Dusseldorf that was in Michigan. This man who hit the lottery in a pandemic. I'm gonna just keep throwing it out there. In a pandemic, hit the lottery for $30,000. You spent $20,000 on a chain that got snatched. I'm gonna say it again. He hit him a little playful, little lotto ticket over there in Michigan. Michigan, the place of dirty water, the place where Michigan. So you got money to go and spend 20 G's on a necklace in a pandemic, and you at the corner store talking where they interviewed you. You at the corner store, okay? So you at the corner store talking to a reporter about a 20K chain that you was in there. I think it was a corner store / jewelry store / hairdresser / barbecue stand / pharmacy. Okay, one of them type deals. You step your ass out and you said as soon as you stepped out, they stepped up and snatched off. So my question is if you're in a pandemic and nobody is working and you win $30,000, are you going to be spending 20 of that, 3/4 of that? That's mean 3/4 of your money on a freaking chain? 2/3 a chain, and then it gets snatched. But I guess you can look at it this way. You got 10K left, so what you gonna do? Put that down and pay the rest on layaway? Out of here. I'm gonna need y'all to get your priorities in order out here, sisters and brothers. Sisters and brothers, get your priorities in order. Okay? What you should have been doing is buying some clean water, not a 20K chain in the middle of a pandemic. There was no building that you can go and put some money down on, like, you know, a multifamily property, something that's going to bring you residual income. No, the first thing you thought about was, I'm not paying my rent up. I'm not, because you look like you're paying rent, just like the rest of us. A lot of us, we ain't paying no more. We're paying rent. I'm one, but you look like the one. You should have been paying your rent up for the rest of the year. You should have went and got you some type of vehicle or something and started some kind of business. And I'm talking about, when I say get a vehicle that you're gonna put on tour rolls, business, income that you can make while you sleeping and while you going in there and buying all them damn lotto tickets, allegedly. So I just had to bring that up. That's my question. Those of you who's going to view this afterwards, view this video, I want you to comment down at the bottom and tell me, if you hit the lotto right now in the middle of this pandemic, would the first thing you do is go out and buy a chunk chain for you to put around your damn neck and you still stand in the hood? I'm just asking. Okay, that's a question y'all can answer for me in the comments. I would really appreciate it. Now let's move on. I don't want to get talk about him because that kind of upset me. Let's talk about I'm gonna talk about Meg real quick. Meg, I love you. I love you, niece. I really do. I love you. The new song is just the new song. I'm just gonna say it. And everybody's complaining. They ain't complaining, saying she makes the same music. Okay, listen, this is her sound. Everybody has a sound. Just like when you have remixes and you have certain people that will come on the remix, and you knew when they came on, you knew when Snoop come on, that's Snoop. When you would hear T-Pain come on a remix, you know T-Pain, how he gonna flow. Like it's like that. So that is her way, right? I'm cool with that. I'm cool with her. So what I'm not cool with is, what happened to the freestyle Megan? What happened to that girl that get there? That's a beast. That's a beast with the lyrics and ride the beat. Where is that, Megan? Why do they refuse to let you do that, Megan? You know why? Because they need you to lead the rest of these young girls straight over the edge. Straight over the edge, allegedly. That's what they need you to do. They need you to pull them all out and make them all thoughts and make them think it's hot. We're having a hot girl summer. We don't want a thought girl summer. Everybody been locked up. Everybody with C-19 and all these things. We don't need to be fighting right now. We don't need to be fighting right now. Yeah, everybody's starting to go outside and all of that, and that's cool. But we don't need to be fighting. We can be hotting. You should do the Hot Girl Summer Part 2. And the video, I didn't like it. The video was subpar. I really did. And I love you, Megan. I love you. I love you. I always stick up for you. I love you. I even love you with Partisan. I don't know. Part of me is telling me that Party is up to something, son. Party is up to something, son. That's what it's telling me. I don't know. It won't leave me alone. I keep trying to act like, but it just, every time I look at him, all I hear is Chakeen, Chakeen, Chakeen. It's like he jumped on the bus. He jumped on the thought bus. Okay? He jumped on the thought bus, and he want to be a thought. I want to be a thought too. Even on your Instagram, you posting and eating the Cheetos, and he right behind you. And I'm like, it just serves too much. I want to be there too. Let me be in her so I can be in the camera too. It just served too much of that. But anywho, the baby has just released a song called Scat, and he need to skedaddle with that shit, because I'm not gonna do it. With Tory Lanez, love you, the baby, but and I know you gotta make your bag, you gotta make your point, and that's cool. There's no loyalty anymore. There's no loyalty anymore. there's no, and I know in with as an artist, you're gonna work across the board. You're gonna work with different people. You gotta make your bed. You gotta, you know, when you hot and when they people, as you know, say, oh no, I can't do a song with you. I'm gonna do a song with this one. Like that is kind of childish. So I'm not saying it like that, but with that situation, which we still don't know the truth, but to be honest with you, the way she bouncing and pouncing all over the place, we're not sure exactly what happened with that. And I'm just keeping that 1,000, okay? But in any event, he got the song out with Tory Lanez, and he's refusing to promote it. Everybody's been talking about how, you know, the song is, how they like the song, they like the video, and how Tory's been talking about it, but they have not seen or heard from the baby. And word on the street is allegedly he's not going to promote it, and he's not going to promote it because he fears backlash from the hot girls and all of the stallion fans, the stallionaires. Shout out to Chauncey and all of them. But he is allegedly fearing backlash, so he's not going to promote it. So don't look for him to promote it. If he does, maybe after everybody keeps talking about how word on the street is that he won't promote it, he might jump up and promote it. So, and you know, back in the day, right before Crybaby came out, it was said that he was working on a song with Tory Lanez, and Meg did address it, and she said at the time, you know, basically that was a rumor, that the song wasn't even cleared. Don't worry about all that. Stay tuned, Crybaby on the way. Now, for her to say that, I honestly believe that she was told that just to calm her down, like, oh, don't worry about that. They're just talking junk. Don't worry about that. You know, let's just get ready for this Crybaby. Okay? So it's a possibility that she was told that, and that's the reason she said that, because a lot of people are going to bring that back up, and they're going to be like, oh, why did Megan say that it wasn't cleared and not a song coming out? Listen, just like they tried to catch her up with the thing with Beyonce when she said in an interview that she got the call and was like, yo, Beyonce going to be on there. And then Beyonce, when she accepted the award, was like, thank you for asking me to be on, you know, was honored to be on there, whatever. Okay, well, when Beyonce said that, don't you know that her management represents her? So if she's saying thank you for asking me, wouldn't that could be her management? Because she said that she got to call somebody, was like, we got Beyonce. So she never said directly, oh, Beyonce told me, and you know, she called me. No, she was told that, and she's only repeating what she was told. What I can tell you right now, baby girl, is when these things start coming to you, before you speak on them, get you some confirmation. So that way they won't come back at you and talking about, oh, Megan always lying. We always catching her on little bitty itty vibes. Okay, we don't want that. So kudos to Meg. I hope the song was good. I don't know. It's some mixed reviews out here on it. Me personally, it's a no for me. I don't like it. I want you to stand up for yourself and let them know that you do have rap skills. And I'm not saying the sexy thing. Shout out to Trina and Eve. That's gonna be coming through on Wednesday with that verses. I got class, so I'm gonna have to jump on late. I hope they be fashionably late. Class is over at 9 o'clock, so I'll bring you back on the verses, okay? But yeah, but the sex kitten thing for the girls, and that's cool, but show your lyricism. Why not? Why not? Don't let them keep you trapped up. Thought she act. Yes, that's your thing. That's your thing. Don't get me wrong. But we don't want to get so caught up in it. And then with the thought bus, and then you had the girls, we're going to send a bus around, and you had the thought bus in California, and they were supposed to meet up. And I think only like 10 girls jumped on the bus, and they rode them around or whatever. I don't even think you were on the bus. Like, listen, that's horrible marketing. Get with your team and tell them don't have you looking crazy in these streets. Tell them, Auntie say, don't have me looking crazy in these streets. Okay, Meg? Love you. So we'll see what goes on with that. And the baby, don't be scared. Don't be scared. Just clear up. Whoever told her that it wasn't cleared, go clear that up with her. And that's what I'm gonna leave that alone. I'm gonna leave that right there. So those of you who listen to my podcast, and if you have not, please check out the podcast, The Hot D John's Experience. That's HOT, DJOHNS right there. Experience, and it's on your favorite podcast platforms. Check me out on Spotify, Amazon, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio. Listen, I did discuss on our Sip and Stir Saturday Shenanigans, because that's a show that we do on Saturday where we sip and we stir the shenanigans of the trending topics as well as celeb gossip. And we discussed the Polo G fiasco. Okay. Now, he has since been released. Thank God he has been released after his mom had to get on Spice's Instagram and basically blow him up and tell everybody, go bombard. I don't want to use the wrong words. Go bombard the police station, bombard their social media, whatever, and let them know that they have my son for no reason at all. Okay. He was Polo G has been speaking about it since he's been out. And he said basically when those officers came up to him, they told him, "Oh, you've been on our radar since you touched down." Check out my podcast with Saturday Shenanigans this past Saturday on June 12th, and you'll hear the full commentary about that. But here's my thing. I said in that commentary that that's known down here in Miami, and I warned these little rappers that's been coming here, and especially since the Rolling Loud Festival, especially since all that stuff happened. Don't come down here with that foolery, okay? That foolery, y'all keep that up there in Atlanta and all. Don't bring it. We already got enough of those issues and problems down here in the MIA. We don't need y'all coming down here with all that, with the gunplay and all of the craziness and all, like I said, all the foolery. We don't need it, okay? Now, that being said, Polo G is not one of them, but just know that you all are on alert. He said that they told him he was on their radar from the time he touched down. Okay? The time he touched down, that means we knew him, and that they have pictures of different rappers and all this stuff, okay? Allegedly. They have pictures of different rappers that they are profiling and they're checking them out. And then when they come down here, so when y'all come in here and y'all doing y'all album, oh, we're going to go to Miami to do our album release. Oh, we're going to go to Miami to do the album party. Oh, we're going to go to Miami to do our birthday. Just know this is becoming, and I've said this a long time ago, and now it's becoming more and more apparent. Just know it is coming to the point that we are the baby New York. The things that they were doing in New York with the hip hop cop is what's starting to happen in Miami, because that's what everybody is flocking to now. Everybody bringing their ass out here. Everybody coming here. They taking up residence here. You got summer homes here. Now they don't want summer homes. They want forever homes. And it's like, no, we don't want all that here because then it's gonna mess it up for everybody. But it is what it is. Okay. So shout out to Polo G. Glad that you are free. And shout out to Mommy Polo G, who is also his manager, and she bonded him out, as well as the other people that they tried to catch up with the foolishness. But he's definitely out. But the reason I brought it up, as far as, another reason I brought that topic up is Miami Tip Drill, who when she was at the top of her game, she was that girl. She was more than a stripper. She was, I want to say, and I don't mean this in a disrespectful way. I mean this in the most sincere way in the word. She was like the circus act, the premier act of the strippers. Okay, when Tip Drill came, it was like, fires and dragons going to the top of the pole. If y'all understand how she got her name, she would go to the top of like a 10-foot pole, and then she would spiral down head first, and then come to a complete stop. Like, she was an artist, a pole artist. It was more than a stripper. Okay, so I would have to give her props on that. Now, that being said, Miami Tip be dipped in everybody's shit. And that's the problem with her. She loves to put her tip in other people's shit. And unfortunately, she put it in the wrong one this time because it got clipped. And that was by Polo G's mom. She basically got on her Instagram and was like, oh, I ain't no way. If that was my son, I'd be sitting down somewhere while they got my son in a car. I wouldn't be sitting down nowhere. I would be out there. They would have me sitting in there too. So Polo G's mom, and of course, I'm paraphrasing. Polo G's mom got back on there, let everybody know that he was out and everything. And then she addressed it. And she basically said, I was in there and sitting down and putting the information out so that people would know and people can bombard and make sure that they know what's going on with my son. At no time was I just sitting there. She said, I did the wise thing. Okay? I did the wise thing. So what she basically telling her, you would have been out there with the dumb shit and you would have ended up not being able to get nobody out because your ass would have been in with them. Like she said, if you didn't pay attention to the whole video, you will see where I confronted, and I was confronted by police officers when I was at the car with their hands on gun, with all their hands on, you know, the pow-pows and all of this. And it was true. If you look at the video, if you guys didn't get a chance, check out the video. It's still up. It was horrible. It was like 20, 30 police cars, all with their lights on in a whole big circular perimeter. And they were yelling, screaming, telling her, back up, had their hands on the pow-pow. It was horrible. And all she was saying was, I have a minor child in there that I need to speak to. I have a 16-year-old because he had his little brother in there with him as well. He was not driving this car. Let's just get that real. He wasn't driving the car. So everybody's still trying to figure out. His security was with him too. So we're trying to figure out why the hell he was ever even pulled over. That being said, Tip drilled the ass back up in the comments, and she apologized, which she should have apologized. And as a matter of fact, she should have never had nothing to say about it. So shout out again to Poggy's mom. We love you. I'm a boy's mom, and I feel you on that. I don't play about my sons. I don't play about my boys, my babies. I don't play. Okay. So kudos to her. And Tip, go dip your ass over there at G5 and do what you do and stay out of people's business, okay? You got your son, you take care of your son, and that's great. Keep doing that. And stop jumping in stuff and getting your tip clipped, okay? All right, y'all, let's move on to the next topic. I want to talk next about, okay? It's Mr. F Everybody's girl. It's Mr. Steal Your Girl. It's Mr. Around the World. It's Mr. Exposed. It's Mr. Toe Out, Woe Out. It's Mr. We so sick of you. It's Mr. I'm just ready for you to just go and sit down somewhere. It's Mr. Don't you have a child now? Shouldn't you be home rearing your son? So, okay, that's who it is. Who am I talking about? None other than Mr. Trey Songz, okay? Trey Slums, because he has become very slummy in these last several years. I don't know what's going on with Trey. You're spitting in people's mouth. You're showing your piece. It's like, what is going on with you? Like, what did it really hurt you that bad when Lori Harvey decided, you know, I dipped with you, but I'm a dab back with Future, even though that became her past? Like, I don't understand. What is it with you? I don't get it. I don't get it. Anywho, he was recently exposed again, and he was exposed again with some Instagram thought. And those of you who follow my podcast, you know I don't believe in the words of Instagram models. There's no such thing as Instagram models. Models are on Instagram. Okay? Models are on Instagram. They're in Vogue. They're in Vanity. They're in Cosmopolitan. You don't know what's called magazines. They're on runways. They're in fashion weeks. That's where models are. Commercials, you know, makeup campaigns. That's where models are. And I'm not saying that Instagram thoughts don't get those kind of deals. They do, but they're not Instagram. They're not models. Okay, the Instagram thoughts. Okay, that being said, let's move it along. So, Miss Dyrax decided she was going to post up a video to show him knocked out, mouth wide open. So that means she must have put it on him. Okay, and somebody in her chat and her comments goes, "Oh, that looks like Trey Songz." And she goes, "That is Trey Songz. I keep posting celebs. I told y'all keep thinking I'm basic. LMFAO. Okay. Well, next thing you know, a little while later, she comes back on and she starts apologizing. And she, you know, she shouldn't have put that picture up of Trey. And she, you know, she's had that on her Snap. My apologies, not Instagram, but Snapchat. She had it on her Snapchat, and she snapped other celebrities. Somebody grabbed it and put it on Facebook. And when they put it on Facebook, that's when it got all exposed. But she want to apologize to Trey. Trey came back out and basically was like, it wasn't him. You know, it wasn't me. Playing the song wasn't me. And basically like saying he didn't do nothing. Oh, don't make me expose you. Don't make me expose you. And all this crap. Okay, so now she's talking about exposing him. And especially when you're the one that told me to release it. Ooh, the mustiness of it all. even after you told me to release it, is what the girl said. So here's my question. Now you are resorting to the Kardashian tricks. We know that majority of you celebrities call up the paparazzi and y'all drop certain dimes to start getting, you know, follows and to get people to be intrigued and interested back in you again when some project or something is coming up. We get all of that. But my point is, this girl said that you told her to put it out. Now, this is what I think. I think they did something. She was like, oh, I'm recording you. I'm going to put it on. And you were like, go ahead, go ahead. I'm going to put you on Snap. Go ahead, go on, put me on there. Until it hit the fan and it ended up on Facebook and got exposed to everybody. Somewhere where it's not going to just be, you know, poof, be gone in 24 hours. Okay? So there's something to see here, people. Trey's being the usual thought that he is. He has lost his mind over these years. He has lost all respect from all women with all stuff he's done. He got a couple of cases coming up, you know, back with that Kodak concert when he jumped and punched that man in the face, allegedly, and all that, because he was supposed to be so turned. You all up in a place where you stand up on a bar counting on good and where you don't supposed to be up on them people there. Yeah. That's just like standing on your mama's kitchen table. Okay? So, that being said, there's nothing to see here, people. Trey is still being a thought. And to be honest, I don't even see it as exposure. Like, we already know you're a thought. We already know your thought, Trey. It's like, we already know your thought. That's all I'm gonna say. But let's keep it moving. So, let's talk about Tiffany Haddish, y'all. You know, it was said that once they decided to, I think they were going to cancel, they did, Ellen decided to step down. They were looking at Tiffany Haddish because she had been a guest host for her when she was out. So they were looking at her as maybe, well, allegedly was saying in the streets that they were considering her to be the replacement because Kelly Clarkson numbers had gone down so bad since when the pandemic started, and she was supposed to have been filming from home, and it just, I guess the dynamic wasn't the same. And a lot of people were saying that Tiffany wasn't really considered because she has so many projects on the table. Well, it looks like Tiffany got that vibe. She got it vibe, okay? Tiffany Haddish went and got that vibe. It's called Friday Night Vibes. It premieres this Friday, June 18th, which I think that's a cool day because it's Juneteenth. Shout out Juneteenth. Shout out to freedom to my sisters and brothers. Shout out to freedom. Okay. It is the Juneteenth Eve. So 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, and that'll be 4:30 in LA, and I guess 8:30 in wherever else. But 7:30 p.m. on TBS will be her new show, and it's called Friday Night Vibes, and it looked like I want to say it looked like it might be almost like an Arsenio Hallish type show, you know, with the, you know, the music, and of course you're gonna probably do a monologue and have guests and all this kind of stuff. So let's keep an eye on it. You never know. Maybe this is her way of calming down and just getting in her element. I mean, she said Friday Night Vibes, so if she's gonna bring that Tiffany Haddish element, we still upset with your ass, Miami, though. We still upset with you. We still want our money back from that New Year's Eve fiasco when you came down here with the foolishness at James L. Knight Center. But that's either here or there. I will continue. But let's check it. You know, y'all check it out if you want to check it out. Are you going to be looking forward to seeing Tiffany Haddish as a nighttime show guest? And at 7:30, I'm like, you got my time. That's what usually that's 7:30 is a good time though. 7:30 is a good time. So y'all check out Tiffany Haddish, Friday Night Vibes. Okay. I want to talk about T-Pain and Nicki Minaj. No, not scandalous, but T-Pain recently came out and he was talking about an incident that happened back in 2007 when before Nicki had went on her small hiatus, and he was talking about how they had agreed they were going to do a song together. And you know, he kept checking in with her like, "Hey Nick, what's up? What's going on, Nick? You know, hey, remember before we doing the song? What's good, Nick?" And she was like, T, I'm working. I am an artist too. I'm trying to get my stuff done. So basically shut him down and then go. So he was like, you know, he said I was a little hurt behind that. He said, I don't know, maybe I was in love with Nick at the time. I don't know. So, you know how T-Pain is. I love T-Pain. He always try to make a joke out of stuff, afterward. He's like, oh, maybe I was in love with her or whatever. Well, Nicki got wind of the statement that he released, and she has since released a tweet or whatever, apologizing to T-Pain, because he just letting him know that she respects his all, she respects his time, she respects him as a producer and his time and his interest in all this blah blah blah. So I want to say this. Why are people now coming up with all these stories? Now Nicki working on her project, everybody coming out, oh, remember the time and you ain't apologizing to me, oh, remember the time I asked you to do something. Like, everybody's jumping on this Nicki train, and the train even took off yet. The train is just slowly starting to chuckle along. Let the girl, and she posting up her little pictures and looking cute, posting up her cute Papa Bear. That baby is so cute. Oh my gosh, I would bite his jaws and put his all on him. Oh my gosh, he is so adorable. And she's just chuckling along. Like, Nicki did her thing, and I get mad at her until he always faked it. Okay? But at this time, I'm like, y'all, just leave her alone. Leave my little baby sister alone. Let her do her thing. Don't be coming back with the little old stories about, back in the day. Let this girl just do her little roll out and get her little, get her roll on and just jam to it. Okay, so once again, nothing to see here. T-Pain just being T-Pain, but I say kudos to you, Nicki, for owning it and being like, you know what, I really shouldn't have did him like that, but I was stressed, I was never proud of it, whatever the case may be. So I think that was cool of her to apologize to him. And you never know, this might mean that we're gonna get a Nicki Minaj T-Pain. What would y'all do? Would you like to hear Nicki and T-Pain? I'm sure the production would be crazy because T-Pain is a hell of a producer, and I'm sure whatever he would have jumped on that song with, whatever line he would have had to say on there, it would have been tight. So kudos to them for squashing that. Sisters and brothers, we got to get together. Oh man, now I want to talk about oh gosh, I had so much stuff that I had listed here that I was going to discuss with you all. I think we done went through it all. We really did. That was quick. Oh. Can we talk about Wendy? I love you, Auntie Wendy. I just want to say I love you. I love you, Wendy. I love you, Auntie. But I want you to stop with the pick-me-ish. I want you to stop with the attempted thoughtness and you pushing 60. Okay. Allegedly, I think you like, what, 55 or something like that. I want you to stop it. Every good, decent looking man that's coming on your show lately, you throwing the eyes and you trying to get in. And we already heard the stories about how you like to, come up out them clothes and pat the pom pom and show them mind them tea. You understand? So I don't know how true it is, allegedly, but that's what they say you be doing at the parties, girl. You be getting you a couple of glasses of wine, and then you get to wine up, and then you take off your clothes, and then you pat it up, and all them something there. So I want you to stay out of these men's face and doing that because it's making you look crazy in these streets. You are a queen. You are Wendy. You don't need to be doing all that, okay? And what am I talking about? I'm talking about her recent interviews and her recent encounters with Gary Owen and with Lamar Odom. Okay? So as y'all know, she recently had Gary Owen on her show, and she interviewed him about the divorce with Kendra Parker, which I think, yeah, he was pretty much cut and dry with it. I didn't like the fact that he referred to his kids as two adults, talking about you have to, say it that way because, in the middle of a divorce. It don't matter. They're 18 and 17 or something like that, or 18, 19. It don't matter. It's not like she's going to get child support anyway. The lady's asking for alimony and asking for you to take her and keep her in the way that she's been kept in. That has nothing to do with the kids. And those are your kids. I don't ever say I have two old. I'll say my boys are older now, but I don't have two adults or too soon to be adults. I have kids. Those are my kids. So I didn't like that line. But anyway, she was throwing her little shot or whatever, and Gary was like, you know what? Got a lot going on right now. I'm for the streets. He tried to be funny or whatever. But Gary, Just be careful, because we sisters was loving you and liking you when your material was your wife, your kids, it was you, and you seemed down and you seemed like a good man. When I even supported the show when y'all were on TV, I thought y'all the coolest, and then for you to come out, I pray that this stuff that she's saying is not true about you, but it's not look that great. But anyway, there was a restaurant in New York that just recently reopened, and I think the name of the restaurant is CHEKOUT. Okay, so CHEKOUT did a reopening, grand reopening, and all the celebrities, all the who's in New York and abroad, and whoever was in town went to the opening, and who was sitting over in the corner in a booth and laughing and talking and kikiing it up? None other than Gary and Wendy. Okay, so people, that witnessed it basically said that it was Gary and it was Wendy, and they were just laughing like they were having a great time or whatever, and they were just in each other's face. I say again, nothing to see here, people. I really do. I don't think it is. I think that Wendy is just trying to be seen. She's still hurt over that Sharina thing, Kevin, that she's never going to get over that. That's a lot of years. There was a lot of accomplishment that was done. I just don't see it. I don't believe you. You need more people. She probably did it so they could be seen together, and especially after the wife made her comment about she was trying to shoot her shot anyway. You want to get with tired ass Wendy, or however she referred to her, allegedly. That may have been as a dig to Kendra. I took it as that. Wendy, be careful, auntie, because that girl Karma, she done came around your ass many times, and she will not stop circling until she has done her complete job. She understands her assignment. Okay, auntie? Karma understands her assignment. So when she arrives, she knows her assignment is to get you taken care of everything you did. 2020 was the year of exposure. 2020 was the year of perfect vision, but 2021 is full exposure. So what I expect you to do is be a little more grown and more mature than that, and know that this woman has kids. She's going through a divorce. Think about what you were going through. Did you like the fact that he was out here carrying her bag and they going grocery shopping together, and he all at the hospital and going on a little 2-week checkup and all that? Did you feel good about that? So how do you think Kendra feels? This man's going through a divorce. He is off limits, Wendy. That is not cool. So then she turns around and she's at the fight. She's in a suite with the fight, watching the fight with Lamar and Aaron Carter, which was, oh my God. I just didn't understand why that even took place. That's neither here nor there. We keep it moving. So she's there, and you got Lamar. Supposedly I hugged him, and he needed to go and get in a shower. And then I went home to my fortress bed, and I passed out, and it was 5 a.m. So you know how Wendy is. Wendy gonna put stuff out there, and she's gonna make it as if something happened when it probably nothing happened. Then you're hearing out here in these streets that apparently she was in a suite, she had fallen asleep. Lamar woke her up, made sure that she was okay. They had a long conversation and all this. Now, I do remember all throughout the years, she has always had like a soft spot for Lamar. And she said, she used to say on her show all the time, she had this soft spot for Lamar because, she was a recovering addict, and she knows how hard it is. And this is my thing. Lamar, one recovering addict, don't need to be with another. I'll say it again. Lamar, one recovering addict, don't need to be with another one. Because if one gets the Jones and gets it and try to pull you in, that's what was happening. It becomes toxic. That's what happened. That was what was happening with Whitney and Bobby. When Bobby was like, "No, I'm ready to stop." Whitney said, "I'm ready to stop," and then he would stop for a while, but eventually he'd get pulled back in. And then he would stop again, and then he'd go away. Then she would be like, "Oh no, you don't love me," and then because that becomes a part of the routine, that becomes a part of the intimacy. Yes, I said that. The intimacy of them, the intimacy of doing the drugs together and getting out here and doing these things, So I just say, I think this is Wendy being Wendy. I think Wendy has become a master troller. Okay, she's a master troller, and she's trolling all of us out here because I don't think nothing's going on with Lamar, and but then again, it might. Because like I said, they say I need her clothes, so she tight work. That surgery was good. And she used to work out like 3 times a day With Kevin, he had around here with no meat and no and you know nothing but water and disparity, allegedly. Okay, so we're gonna keep an eye on it. But I just say, Wendy, that's bad karma. You don't want to add to your karmic circle that's already been around you for the last couple of years. I think you better stop. I think you better stop while you're behind. Okay. Okay. And lastly, I want to talk about tonight is Angela Simmons. And this is gonna be word to my girl, my home girl, the baddest, single again, back on the prowl. I thought it was perfect. I don't know how. Okay, she out here singing Trina right in time for the verses. I want to see what her comment's gonna be when she in them comments on Versus TV come Wednesday. But yes, it has been announced, and it's obviously official. It's social media official, we'll say, because they just unfollowed each other. And who am I talking about? I'm talking about Daniel Jacobs, the gentleman that she had started dating, that she had brought on Growing Up Hip Hop, that she had decided to bring on as her man and to introduce to the growing hip hop nation, okay, of viewers that watch the show. And from the time, and I'm telling y'all, from the time the door opened and she came in, and the place with the apartment was dark, and then she coming in, they sitting in, that was dark. It was like the light wasn't just dim; it just seemed dark. And he's just looking at her like, while she was talking, yeah, and I missed you, and he goes, I miss you too. And then she kept talking about something. She goes, oh, you did? And he goes, yeah, I miss you too. And she's like, oh, well, that's good. I'm glad you missed me too, and all this crap. My thing is this: he looked like he was so not invested. And this is just me on the outside looking in. I'm just looking at a TV show where they're supposed to be, she's like, oh, and he's such a great guy, and he's a middleweight champion, he's a boxer, and I love boxing. And at this point, I think you're grasping at straws. I think you're grasping at straws because Bow Wow was the love of your life. I'm gonna say it again. Bow Wow was the love of your life. And because you did not want to give the cherry up, he got up and dipped because he knew he was a lifetime thought any damn way. He was just really trying to be there for the prize. You see, he got engaged to Sierra, and that didn't even work out. So it wouldn't have worked out with y'all either. But the simple fact is, I think he's felt resentful because you didn't give him a cherry. See, we girls know it's always that one guy that was, we had that great connection with him. He was cool. We got along good. But for some reason, we were like, I ain't giving you my cherry. And then you have those other ones that come in like smooth operators. That ain't about nothing. That's the ones who end up getting the cherry. And that usually happens to all of us, starting with Uno right here. Okay, numero uno. And I think that's what happened to her. And he said he used to tell her all the time that, you know what, what's going to happen? You're going to end up, you're going to give it to somebody. It just won't be me, and you won't be married. And she's like, oh, no. I'm waiting till I'm married. Same here, Angie. And it was later in life. I was a late bloomer, so kudos to that. But at the end of the day, it still was the wrong motherfucker. Okay? It's still the wrong motherfucker. And we just, girls know that. We go through that, okay? And now that you're a woman, and then the stuff you went through with your kid's father, and that was an abusive relationship, allegedly, according to you. And then the Romeo thing, I think Romeo really would have been the one. I think Romeo was trying, you should have been, when he was sending them Bible quotes, you should have been checking in with him, and y'all should have been having Bible study. You should have been acting like it was a married at first sight experiment, and you should start doing like these little exercises and getting on, because I never understood why not Romeo. He's so put together. And I could tell that he really he was like, oh, we friends. I know he liked you, Angie. You wasn't answering his calls back. You wasn't answering the Bible quotes back. You wasn't answering his tweets back. Then you started talking junk. So he was like, forget about it. And then you get with this dude, just for his baby mama to come out shortly after, and you hadn't even introduced him. And let me tell y'all something. Let me tell you something right now. And this is something I've done, something that people, ladies, girls that I grew up with, my friends that have done. We know we got a piece of it, okay? We know we got that dude that's not really that dude because he ain't gonna get introduced to everybody. It's one reason. He ain't that dude. Every time you introduce your dude, something always happen to y'all get broken up. So you kind of try to keep it under wraps because that's happening before. And I'm like, I introduced his ass like 3 years out. When I done got some time, he done put some time in, so no karma can't come or no bad luck can't come in from whatever. I don't know. You just get like that at times. And she had introduced her to Vanessa, and her and Vanessa are very close. Like, they do a lot of stuff. They were living together. They did a little show together. They had a little shoot coming together. Like, y'all did a lot of things together. Your sisters, right? And I didn't understand why Vanessa was like, well, why can't I meet him? She said, well, mom met him, dad met him. Why can't I meet him? Because mom and dad looking at him on the outside, like, okay, he's nice. And mom and dad usually have very good instincts as well, intuition when it comes to those dudes. They seem to like him. He seemed nice or whatever, according to you. You know, Rev liked him. Your mama liked him. And then you talked to your mama on the show, and she was like, oh, well, I'm sure she'll like him because I like him. He seemed like a good guy. Why do you think she feels like that? Oh, I don't know. But, Vanessa wants to know everything. But I already told her she knows we're together. And even when you talked to him on the show, he asked you, and he was like, why? Oh, well, she knows we're together. What did you tell her? We're together. But he had a baby mama that had came out, if I'm not mistaken, at the beginning of this, who basically made him out on social media because she was like, whoa, nigga, you was around here, couldn't walk, couldn't talk. I had to nurse you all the way back, had to learn to talk again, had to learn to walk again, had to learn to fight again for you to just dump me and just jump up and go over here and be with Angela Simmons? Like, where they do that at? Okay? So he did have the baby mama that said that. Okay? So apparently now they are no longer together. They have unfollowed each other on social media, and even in the show, I that's just currently. And apparently this happened before the show aired. According to people, they were already having problems before the show aired because when they record this stuff months out. So everything you're seeing on the show now was months ago. And because it was in the middle of COVID, and you'll see when he had to fight, and he told her that, they were going to allow a couple people to come. I'm definitely coming to see you fight. And I'm like, girl, don't you know y'all in a pandemic? Like, I'm watching the show late after y'all done already recorded, and I even knew that. Like, really? And the guy then called her and told her that they were advised that no one could come. It could just be the fighters and the trainers or whatever, and she would not be allowed to come. Now, was that true? Possibly, because like I said, they were still filming in Atlanta, and it was still, Atlanta was wide open. So they were still filming, and they were still doing things, and it was still COVID, and you still had, well, I know this YouTube, so the C word, C-19, and you know that there were certain restrictions that were set up for C-19. So it's possible that was the truth. But then there were other scenes where she was on the phone with him, FaceTiming him, and he was like, I just got to get some work put in, working out, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, and then I'll be all yours once I'm done. Huh? So I saw it. He just looked like he was a player. He looked like, okay, you cool, but it wasn't like that. And I honestly think that baby mama really got to him. He probably was going on them little visits. Baby mama, y'all know what I'm talking about. Because I used to have to be pulling out the high when my ex-husband used to come to try to visit the kids. Because the first thing he wanted to do was try to pet the ass. That's mine. And let me get some. Oh, you give it to that nigga, or is it still good? They go through all of those changes. And I'm telling y'all, let me give you some free game, team. Free game. Let me give you some free game, young ladies. If you're with a man and he has kids, and I'm not saying all of them do, but if he has kids and he's going to visit, it might be a chance that if she is really still feeling him as well, that he might be giving her the little tap, and she giving him the tap so she can get the little extra point. Okay? Yeah, he coming to, take Junior to basketball practice, but he might be coming back to put a ball in her basket. Okay? Before he head home. And then he let me drop something on the dresser for you, go ahead and take care of that bill. You can go and stuff that in savings, okay? So you have a lot of that going on, okay? Not saying all, but you have a lot of that going on. So let's just let's just keep, in the words of Gary with the T, shout out to you, Gary. Let's keep her lifted in prayer, because at this point, I think what Angela needs to do is she needs to woosah, she needs to meditate. Go on over there, Reverend Rondé, and pray over you, and put some holy oil on your head or something, and find you a nice little guy, and relax your nerves, kind of sit on it. Like my grandma used to say, sit on it and let it press ham. Yeah, sit on it for a while and let it press ham. And then start to go back out there and look. And maybe this time around, maybe Romeo won't be with one of those other ones that he liked to be with. Because you was one of the sisters that he was really feeling. Everything else I ain't seen there, I seen him with ain't been a sister. I'm just kidding it out there. Love you, Romeo. I'm just keeping it 1,000. But let's just do that and let God bring somebody to you. Because at this point, you batting zero. Everybody you go and pick is always some foolishness with it. You got to kind of like let God just let, the universe happen and bring it into your universe, and then everybody will be everybody. Okay? Because at this point, nah, baby girl, you need a break. You need a break. And I think it's because you had the bad situation with your kid's father. Y'all was starting to co-parent well and get along good, and unfortunately he was taken from you. So I know there's a lot of different emotions involved in that, and I can only imagine. Thank God I haven't had to go through that, but I can only imagine. And I really think that you're starting to think, and this is just my opinion, y'all. This is just Kiwi 305, Happy Johns. It's just my opinion. I really think you're starting to grasp at that time, because that clock going, and the birthday is coming, and you're not married. Vanessa over there married, and the Wayne family having them babies, getting living her best life as a little Wayne. Jojo over here, he got the second one on the way, and he married, and they doing their thing, and you feel like, wow, I'm gonna just grasp this, and I'm gonna hold on to him. And hey, a lot of girls have gone through that. A lot of women have gone through that, and I know I have as well. I've had a situation like that as well, and I tell you, no matter what, if you just be calm, be patient, trust and believe, the universe finds a way of bringing that person to you just out of the blue. Just pray on it and it'll come. Okay? So, this is my first live stream, and I really enjoyed it. And I know it's late. Shout out to you, my Cali Dallas. Shout out to Suleiman and Denicia. My day one. Shout out to you, Cassius, with KCL Goods LLC. Check her out on IG for all your resin goods. Also, check out Blessings Lifestyle, who's helping me get snacks for the summer. I know y'all can't tell, this thing that got so big on me, and I'm loving it. She's really helping me get that for the summer. So if y'all hear that somewhere else, please understand where it came from. It came from none other than Kiwi 305, aka Hot D Johns. Please believe. Okay? And shout out to Cultured Beyond, that's CULTURED Beyond. Shout out to you, Lou. He has all of those beauty products that have his skin. Look at his skin. Look at his skin, girl. Look at that. Look at that. Okay? Beautiful. Beautiful. And he ain't got no GMO, no animal fats, no trans, no artificial ingredients. It's all natural. So check him out, Cultured Beyond on IG. Now follow your girl, Hot D Johns, HOTDJOHNS on IG. Follow me on Twitter, HOTDJOHNS. Also, if you have any topics that you want me to discuss, if you want to be a guest on my podcast, please send me an email at hotdjohns, that's HOTDJOHNS @gmail.com, hotdjohns@gmail.com. Also, if you don't forget to share with your friends. I think I said it already, but I'm gonna say it again here. It's like promote. Tell your friends, share with them, and tell them to listen to the podcast. You'll get some bonus clips on the podcast. We're able to get a little bit more mature and a little grown on the podcast. We have fun. Check us out for Fun Fridays. Also for Saturday Shenanigans, we'll be sipping sturdy shenanigans of the celeb gossip for the week. And check me out during the week time when we are informing you of all of the things that are going on around you that you need to know about. You know, the updates of the vaccine and things of that nature, things that are going on, because we do have mid-year elections coming up. Excuse me, tongue tied, it's late. I'm ready to go to bed now. But we got midterm elections coming next week. So I mean next year. So it's time to get real out here, people. It's time to get real. It's time to be informed. That's why I am the #1 pod stop for you to be engaged, entertained, and informed. It's the Hot D Johns Experience. And I'm your girl, Kiwi 305, aka Hot D Johns. Before I leave today, what I always do on my podcast, I'm gonna try to start doing here on the YouTube, and all my listeners who've been wanting me to go, you need to be on YouTube, you need to be on YouTube. We want to see you. So here I am. I'm also following the Facebook page, the Hot D Johns Experience. That's HOTD' JOHNS Experience. Please follow and like that page. We have some exciting things that's going to be coming to the page soon. We are approaching our 6-month anniversary for the podcast. Very exciting. Over here, we celebrate everything. We celebrate pre-K, kindergarten. We have big parties. We have big parties when you graduate from elementary. When we graduate from middle school, we're going to be having a big party over here. When we get ready to get out of high school, we're going to party over. That's what we do. We celebrate all accomplishments. That's what we do. All milestones that we cover, we celebrate. Okay. So shout out to all of my day one listeners, Nina J, Yachty P, again, Cassius, T, Lou, Maddie, one of our newest that favorited our podcast. Shout out to you, Maddie F. Shout out to all of y'all. I really appreciate it. This has been great. I'm gonna be doing this more often, and definitely at a little bit earlier time, but just wanted to test it out around this time when it's kind of quiet. It's not that many people, whatever. So I hope when you see the video that you really like the video, share this video, and like, share, subscribe to that podcast that you can access on your favorite podcast platforms. Listen to it on Amazon Music, on Spotify, on iHeartRadio, on Google Podcasts, okay? And all your favorite podcast platforms, we are available, okay? The Hot D Johns Experience. And before I end every episode, I always leave with a word. I like to give a word because, like I said, we don't just entertain you. We make sure that you're entertained, engaged, and informed. And I need to add enlightened, okay? I like to enlighten you too. I like to give you that good word. And today's word is stop chasing the things of your mind so that you can get the things that are good for your soul. Have mercy. Can we say it? Can we throw a hand up? Let's say it again. When you don't chase the things you want in your mind, you will get the things you need for your soul. That's our saying for today. It's the Hot D Johns Experience. It's your girl, Kiwi 305, aka Hot D Johns. Take care of your business so your business will take care of you. Keep God first. I'll be talking to you all soon. Don't forget to check out that podcast so you get the full episode and the fullness of all our shenanigans and how we get down. We have a good time. You take care. Peace.